Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
YouTube. So the story of this cut was I did 99 17th cut of the day. I'm not the fastest barber in the world. I was exhausted. I hadn't made a video in a week, so I forced myself to record this. So I never cut this guy. Came in the middle of the night, cut my hair, got you. So come to find out, he made some great facial expressions throughout the video, which is a plus for shock factor. And also his hair was slightly difficult in the fact that it was growing all over the place. It was thin in spots and dark in spots. So anyhow, let's just jump into it. So I believe it's a 3 on top skin fade. His hair is really thick, so we do the standard trim it down, shave it on the bottom, and then we'll start the fade from there.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the video and give it a thumbs up.
That's the best subscribe button in the world right there. That's my son, who's currently in Las Vegas visiting his grandmother. So every haircut, we're gonna start with a half on the bottom, blade all the way open, one guard, whatever you call it. Then we're gonna fade down. So we got 3 on top. We're gonna do a 2 in the middle section, all the way around the head. So we have our first initial guideline. Then we're gonna start blending down to make the fade easier. So we got the 1.5, and we got the 1 guard. And we're gonna work on the back because the back is the densest hair, and that's where you should spend most of your time cutting the hair at, because that is the thickest hair. So you can have the sides good, and then someone turns around to walk away and they got like a super dark back. So now we're just gonna shut the trimmer, the clipper, all the way to a 3/0. We're gonna try to take out that bottom line. We're gonna open and close the lever as needed, staying under that initial 1.5 inch line, and we're just gonna play with that. Don't worry if you feel like you're going too high on the taking out the line. Just take the line out, and that's why you have your guideline first. You're not going to go over that, but you can take the 0 all the way up, about half of that if you need to. You'll get the feel for it. The more you practice, the easier it is in theory. So anyhow, we're just doing detail work in the back now. We're doing corners. As like I said, he has real thick hair, so sometimes it's easier to start lower so you have more fade areas. So if you're cutting his hair, you're like, oh, he has thick hair, so you're gonna give yourself your fade line like twice as big, your 1.5 line twice as big. If you start a little bit lower, then you fade up. You can combat that instead of having little fade areas where you can leave them like dark spots and lines and everything. So on this side, we're pretty much doing the one guard open, then we're gonna do the 1 guard closed. And you can see the side of his hair is gonna fade much easier because it's less dense, even though his hair is thick and going crazy, like he wears beanies or stocking caps or something all day. So right here, we're just bend the ear down, 3/0 on the bottom. We're taking out that line, and don't worry if there's a little bit of a line. We'll go back there with the trimmer. We're just doing detail work now. Now we have that 1 line, and we're actually hitting it with the blade just all the way open without the half guard, and we're loosening that up, which is, if you do it delicately and use corners, you can definitely do that. Now here's a half guard, and that should pretty much take away the remainders of the fade line that we're taking out right there. Now there's a trimmer, and that's going to take out any little bit of extra fade line on the bottom. Now you're back with the 1 the blade open. So you're using the corner and you're doing detail work, and pretty much that's gone. Now you got the 1.5 guard from wall, and you're gonna start conjoining that 2, 3, 1.5, and you're gonna keep playing with that area. That's where the majority of your fade is at. You're gonna go from the 1.5 guard to the 1 guard to the half guard, and you're gonna rotate that, open and close the lever, and that's how the fading process works. And that's how you get your fade done. So I'm actually watching. See, now you're gonna go back to the half guard or 1.5 guard. It's just a series of repetitions, and you know, if people speed it up too much on YouTube, so they're like half guard to 1.5 guard, 1 guard, half guard, and then the haircut is done. Like, that's not realistic. You're gonna have to go over there and go back over certain areas that are darker, and you know, so I try to make I sped this up like 25%. So this is almost at like real-time speed without the little cuts and everything. So you're getting pretty much a full haircut. Just me taking the clipper guards off and putting them on, like I'm cutting that out. But you're getting pretty much, this is like if you're standing right behind me, following me as I'm doing it, and then having me explain it at the same time. It's a gem. It's a gem. Subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna get New York real quick. I think I'm peaking right now. Alright. That's all to say about that. Same thing on this side. If you see the gray guard, it's the 1.5 wall guard. If you see the little itty bitty red guard, that's a half guard. If you see this guard, that's a 1 guard. And opening and closing the lever. The biggest thing that you have to overcome when you're cutting hair, and I did it in the beginning, is don't be afraid to go a little bit higher with the strokes. Everything is real compressed when you're in barber school and you're first learning. You're making too little steps. You can't blend because you don't want to go too high. So watch this. Take it a little bit higher from your comfort zone. Worst, nothing really majorly bad is gonna happen if you do it in controlled chaos. So that's basically the way to fade thicker hair. If you're fading someone with like really thin hair, do not do that. You're not going to need that. But if you're fading someone whose hair is just thick, you're gonna have to make bigger steps. That's the way it is. You can't cookie cut every single haircut. This exact haircut step does not work on every haircut texture. You have to modify it yourself. Therefore, to explain the game that you get from YouTube tutorials and different people is parallel for advancing. So just me telling you that when you're going in there, oh man, I was watching this and this half guard is not taking out this line. Take it a little bit higher. Don't be afraid to just go a little bit out of your comfort zone and stretch the fade up on thicker hair. Right here, he didn't really have a forehead. We're giving him a lineup, and his facial expressions are classic. I left all this in here. I don't know, maybe I'm sadistic or something. Hopefully he doesn't watch this video. It's like, you got me doing weird faces. I don't know. To me, it was funny, so I'm gonna stop talking and watch these facial expressions. Here they come. There they go. It's like a caper. Dun dun dun. Anyhow, that's pretty much it for the cut, man. Basic haircut, no enhancements. Hopefully I explained stuff well. His hair is growing on the sides right here. Is growing down, so you need to go against those hairs with maybe a slightly smaller guard. So if you got say you have a 3 on top, it looks dark in the front and the hair is growing in weird directions, and you're going over it with a 3 and it's still dark. Don't be afraid to throw a 2, open it up to make a 2.5, and just hit that little area. Or if you have to use shears or whatever, you just You got to see what you're doing and have a plan for it, and then execute the plan. And watch this guy's facial expressions. And hey, I made another video. I got some product reviews coming out, man. So subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell. Hit the bell. I'm not gonna tell you. I mean, no. So I got the 245 battery. I had an incident with that. I'm gonna make a video on. I got the Get Beam compressor XL, which I thoroughly enjoy, but I'm not even really good at it yet because I just now started enhancement. So right here, like, it could have used a little, you know, a little touch up in the front, but that's a legit fade right there, like a traditional skin fade, a little bit dropped in the back, thick hair, all the way bald on the back. We're out of here.